Fair to say you simply flooded the system with money.
Yes, we did. That's another way to think about it. We did.
Yep.
Where does it come from? Do you just print it?
Yes.
We print it digitally. So we, as a central bank, we have the ability to create money that actually increases the money supply. We also print actual currency, and we distribute that through the Federal Reserve banks.
This is it. It is over. This is what the end looks like.
So that I think that the internet is going to be one of the major forces for reducing the role of government.
There's something called Bitcoin.
Brother, can you spare a Bitcoin?
Bitcoin. You never heard of them a few weeks ago? Now everybody's talking about them.
The one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable e-cash.
E-cash.
A method
That's
whereby
right.
on the internet you can transfer funds from A to B without A knowing B or B knowing A.
And this is the big...
It's totally possible right now. He's talking about the present. He was talking about Dogecoin and didn't know it. This is the big night. This is when we find out what happens. Oh, crap. Am I going to have technical problems for this show? I hope not. I try to bring you here. We'll talk about this show. And welcome, everybody. Hey, what's up? Hope you're having fun in cryptocurrency. You definitely are if you have Ethereum today. I put in the title, Ethereum 4K, and that's just ambition. It hasn't gotten there yet, but making moves. Definitely not laughing at, or definitely not pointing finger at people who decided to be boring and buy Ethereum, because those people are looking pretty smart right now. So, but I don't want to talk to you too much about what investment decisions you make. You really have to decide. But it's pretty fun if you have the right things. It's been pretty exciting. This is it. This is like the end. We're here. So that's what this show is for. To, graciously walk together through the end times. And the end times involve some people getting fabulously rich in short periods of time. Sometimes doing things that didn't seem smart, that your mom wouldn't have told you to do, like buying Dogecoin. But it happens, and they say that's what happens in the end. So that's why I'm here to tell you this is the end. I'm broadcasting to you from the financial apocalypse. We're actually living through it. Doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, prices are up a little bit. Gas is expensive. It's going to get way worse. That's what they say. I mean, some people who are pretty smart say that it's going to get worse. And I think it makes sense, too, that it will get worse. And so if you think that, then you like scarcity, you like value, and, you understand and you might be into gold and silver, too, which are about to do great, too. We still have a little bit of that. But, yeah, that's the news, really. So the news I bring, even on my regular news show, is about inflation. And inflation is here. There's not much argument anymore there are people out there who say, oh, no, we're not going to have inflation. That's impossible. Technology, etc. Well, so those people can now sit down and shut the F up because, it's happened. If they wanted to deny the fact that we're already experiencing it, this explains, perhaps, for those of you looking for an explanation for Dogecoin, hyperinflation kind of explains it. And maybe we're just seeing it in Dogecoin first and, other crypto assets. So, and maybe we're about to see it in other things and in other things that are traditional hedges against inflation, like gold and silver. So we're going to talk about the latest news about inflation. I want to talk about what's going to happen potentially with Dogecoin. And you might not know about other dog coins too. I can tell you there's a bull market in dog coins. I was covering that for a little bit. You could have gotten in on one of them, actually. If you subscribe to the newsletter, you could have gotten in on something. You'd be up about 400% since that newsletter. There are some opportunities out there. So if you're interested in that, I talk more about coins that you might be interested in buying in my newsletter. That's what I've decided. So if you want information, if you want me to pitch you on some kind of coin to invest in, if that's what you like, if that's what you're looking for, then I have a newsletter for you, and it's totally free. So, and you can sign up for it by following the link down in the description. And in the future, if I have a new coin to tell people about, I'm probably not going to do it on YouTube. Instead, I'll probably just do it to people I know are interested, because I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube thing. And sorry, I've been missing for a few days because of it, because it is weird being a crypto influencer, and I have like a little channel that hardly anybody watches right now. But I talked about Pirate Chain. I made an episode called "Is Pirate Chain the One?" Right? Because Jeff Berwick was saying it was the one. And I talked about it relatively skeptically. I think I mentioned that I might get some. But even though I listened to the episode, and I thought I approached it relatively skeptically in a way where I was just telling people about something that's out there, a lot of people got the impression that I was like pushing our coin and involved in a conspiracy to push our coin, Pirate Chain. And I can take criticism and stuff. I don't mind it, but it's just annoying. I don't need people thinking that I'm out pushing coins or involved in conspiracy theories. So I don't know if I'm going to get involved in that on YouTube. So we'll try to talk. So I might talk a little bit about coins, but if you're interested, in the newsletter, I will talk about things we're interested in. And people who've been buying the things we've been covering in the newsletter have been doing really well, even though that's not necessarily what this is all about. So also, cryptocurrency is about a lot more than the money. And there are reasons to get into cryptocurrency that are beyond getting rich or getting rich quick. So I have to remember that. And as far as like a Church of Bitcoin goes, in the Church of Bitcoin, yeah, that is a sin, that you're just trying to get rich quick. You have to be in it for another reason. If you buy Dogecoin, if you're doing it the right way, you're buying it for the right reasons. Because you love Dogecoin. Because you like to spend Dogecoin. Because you want to send it to people. Not just because you want to see the price go up, but because you want to use it. And those are my favorite kind of cryptocurrencies, ones that you can actually totally use and that they're the best. And I have ideas about those. But for those ideas, subscribe to the newsletter. Sometimes I put out video content in the newsletter too. And then also the job I've been doing is crypto consulting. And if you want to sign up for that, and I know a lot of stuff, so people are pretty happy with it. So it's good. Turns out I'm good at it. And if you're interested, you can sign up for that too at bitcoinmissionary.com. And whatever, if you need help buying crypto, you want to talk about how you want to store it or what things you want to buy, I can't give financial advice, but I do know some things. I've been doing it myself for a while. So bitcoinmissionary.com if you're interested in that. And then we also have a t-shirt business, and we even sponsor other programs, but we sponsor this program, truthclothing.io, where we just opened a crypto shop where we have crypto shirts, and they're totally unique crypto shirts that you wouldn't mistake as having gotten anywhere else. We even have we have a shirt for Pirate Chain, shirts for Bitcoin, and if you look at the website, by the time you go to it, there might even be more shirts on there because we're designing them and we're investing in the future. And these are limited edition shirts. we'll get like 72 of them, and then we might never order them again. So because we appreciate scarcity. So that's at truthclothing.io. Pick up a decentralized shirt, a Bitcoin shirt, and the Fed shirt. Truthclothing.io. You can go to the crypto shop, and then there's all kinds of other great shirts on the website too, and free shipping on orders over $50. So check that out, truthclothing.io. All right, so Dogecoin is going to be on SNL. Dogecoin is up big. So normally, and then there are dog coins too. And the dog coin I mentioned in my newsletter, ETH, which I said if you were a gambler, you might want to, if you don't mind throwing around a couple $100 at the casino, you might want to gamble on one of these dog coins. And I mentioned ETH Inu. ETH Inu, is up 157% today. Yeah, it's up about 300 or some percent only since I mentioned it. But that is the bubble. And then that's super risky to get involved in those things. But I mentioned it as a risky thing. And yeah, that's the kind of market we're in right now. Dog coins are how people are literally sometimes getting rich. We heard about the guy that turned into a Dogecoin millionaire. Will there be more after tonight? Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say sell it, buy more later, trade it here or there. I've told the reasons I like Dogecoin. I actually really like Dogecoin because it's really fast. Basically it's like Litecoin, and I really like Litecoin. And Dogecoin is a lot like that. The transaction fee is going to end up being a little too high and stuff, but it's a good currency. I'm into it. But what's going to happen? Are you going to be watching it? Elon? I don't even have a TV. I don't even have TV service to be able to watch the Saturday Night Live. Apparently, it's going to be a real thing. He's going to mention Dogecoin, and Dogecoin will probably pump when he mentions it. But normally, when people expect the Dogecoin price to go up, normally it goes down. But anyway, like I said, if you're interested in Dogecoin, be interested for the right reasons. Buy it. Put it in your wallet, hold on to it, just plan on hold on to it forever because you love it. That's the best way to invest in Dogecoin. Otherwise, you're just going to be stressed out, thinking, should I sell it now? Should I sell it now? So far, people who didn't sell it ever are the happiest. One day, that's going to change, probably, considering that two people, from what I understand, own 30% of Doge. I know at least one guy has a lot of Doge, and we don't know who that is. So, yeah. But so far, everybody who's held on to Doge. The only people who are unhappy are the people who sold Doge too soon. So, but that can change at any time, and there are better currencies than Dogecoin because Dogecoin, you've heard, prints coins until infinity, and they make 10,000 new Dogecoin every minute. 10,000 new Dogecoin every minute forever until infinity, which sounds really bad. It's probably not as bad as it sounds because obviously there's enough demand to make up for it so far. But one day that could be a problem, and other alternative currencies like Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash or XRP or Dash or Monero, all limited in supply. I believe all of the ones I mentioned are. At least Litecoin and some of the others. Limited in supply, strictly, and can do the same things otherwise. So if you're serious and you want to invest in alternative currencies, there are serious ones to get involved with, and Dogecoin is kind of flawed for one reason as a currency, but otherwise, I really don't know. I think Dogecoin changes the way you have to think about investments, really, because it's already gone too far. further than a normal person, a normal financial analyst could have predicted. It's already, last I checked, it was like 80 billion. That's crazy. It should have never gotten to a billion. So people have to rethink why people are buying things like this and how long they might keep buying it for. Because it's entirely possible that Doge keeps going, that maybe it sells off a little bit and then just keeps on going forever. It's entirely possible. That's why I say, you could have some of it, be exposed to it, if you're interested, because who knows what the limit is? I have no idea. I think people who say that it's gonna crash, I think it's hard to predict. So, and in a lot of ways, it shouldn't be considered any different than any other cryptocurrency. And if it was Bitcoin that had gains like this, if it was Bitcoin that was having gains like Dogecoin, then Bitcoiners would say that that was totally normal and that it would keep going up forever. For some reason, when people think about Dogecoin, they think differently. They think for some reason the people who buy Dogecoin are thinking differently. But who knows? Apple is worth $2 trillion. I don't really know why. $2 trillion market cap, from what I understand. And when I think about Dogecoin at 80 billion, or whatever it's at now, I think, oh, why not? Why not? I mean, why not? Really, we live in that kind of world where anything is possible. So, anyway, I have some I'm just planning to hold on to, and then we'll see, But I understand, it's risky, and if you want to know more about what my thoughts are on it, then I'll tell you in the newsletter. But I like other currencies. So that's what's going on with Dogecoin. We'll have to see what happens with Elon Musk tonight. It's definitely a moment. There've definitely been a lot of things on TV about Dogecoin, and definitely a lot of people have no idea what it is. No idea what they're buying. People invest in things for different reasons now. For example, people say Dogecoin is overvalued, right? But Tesla, to me, the Tesla stock is way, way more overvalued. And there are analysts out there who say it's going a lot higher. And so I don't understand that. So maybe likewise, people think Dogecoin is undervalued, but actually it's going a lot higher. I mean, it's possible. And I think the people that talk shit about it sometimes just come across as elitists, especially Bitcoiners and stuff. It's just a cryptocurrency. It's not, there's nothing different about it. It has a little inflation thing, but it's not that crazy. I mean, it's less than 5% a year. There are over 100 billion coins, and they make 5 billion coins a year. So 5% a year, I mean, it's not like the dollar or anything. The dollar is inflating much faster than Dogecoin. Dogecoin works as a currency. It's faster than Bitcoin. The fees are still relatively low. People say it's an unlimited supply, but actually it is limited. There is scarcity because there is a defined amount where the Fed can just print as much as they want at any time. At least with Dogecoin, you know how much they're going to make every year. And every year, as a percentage of the total supply, it's less. So that's... And then the guy from guy who made Cardano came out and said, people are going to lose all kinds of money. It's a terrible introduction to cryptocurrency. I think if people want to get into cryptocurrency, to get into Dogecoin, and they're willing to buy it at these prices, I don't know. Maybe they'll get into other cryptocurrencies later. Maybe they'll figure out that Dogecoin wasn't the right investment, but maybe they'll decide to get Ethereum or something. Maybe it's a gateway drug. Everybody wants people getting into cryptocurrency, supposedly. But for some reason, Dogecoin is just too far. It's too far. No. Dogecoin is a joke. No. We can't, don't buy. That's what crypto purists say. Don't buy Dogecoin. It's terrible for cryptocurrency. I don't know. People have to explain why. It's just another cryptocurrency that does the same shit. I mean, when it comes down to it, there are a bunch of different things that are like Bitcoin that are actually better than Bitcoin. And there are a number of them. One of them's Dogecoin. When they made it, they said it was a joke, but it's a real freaking currency. It's really mined into existence. It really works. It's never been hacked. I can send some right now. I've done it on my show a number of times. It's easy. So I think people do come across as just kind of elitist when they diss Dogecoin, because it's really not that much different. Why not? Like I've said before, why not Dogecoin? So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Yeah, usually when you expect it to go up, it goes down. So we'll see what happens. So that's Doge. And then the update on Ethereum is that I'm talking optimistically and saying it's going to get to 4K. It's close. The story behind Ethereum is good. I mean, I just mentioned it in my last week's newsletter. It was 3,000 and now it's almost 4,000. So, and it's getting a lot of the headlines from Bitcoin, and the current trend, and the trend has been definitely toward lower and lower Bitcoin market dominance, and Ethereum just shows that trend, that people are buying things other than Bitcoin more than they're buying Bitcoin. That's been the way things are going, and the main thing is Ethereum, and I can see why. Although fees are really freaking high. And I just heard a report from Jaron that he tried to have somebody transfer something for Ethereum, and it was going to cost over $500 in fees. So that was just reported to me. And gas fees are high on Uniswap. I can confirm that too. So still has the same problems, still slow, still expensive, but still not a bad crypto, not a bad crypto to have. So we'll see how it goes. Everybody's talking about it though now. Everybody's talking about Ethereum. It seems wouldn't mind having more. Now jobs. Just thought we'd talk about jobs and economics, and then that there was a terrible jobs report that came out expecting 1 million jobs, and they got 266,000 jobs. And it's a really easy explanation, which is that they're paying people not to work right now. And because of that, they don't want to work. Really. A lot of economic ideas, they say economics is complicated. Some of it's very straightforward. If you pay people not to work, then don't be surprised when they don't take a job. Because even if you're making less on unemployment than you would be making at a job, you have fewer expenses too. And you have all that free time. So think of other ways you can try to make money on the side. If you have a little bit of a hustle, So who would go into work, right? So it's not happening. Now it's realized. Who would have thought? Biden can't figure that out. He thinks actually more money printing is going to solve this problem, which the problem is probably that people won't take jobs because they're getting paid too much. There's an article here. This is about inflation too, because when people won't take jobs, then and employers need workers, then they have to raise their prices, or well, they have to pay more. And they started paying people just to come in for interviews, apparently, some places. I heard the story about a McDonald's that's paying people $50 if they'll just interview for a job because they can't get people to work there. That's a sign of inflation. It's coming. This is from Daily Mail. It pays not to work in Biden's America. Experts project anyone who earned $32,000 a year before COVID can now earn more in benefits staying at home. And the average weekly unemployment benefit right now is over $600 a week, or $2,500 a month for doing nothing. And you could take that part-time job. They have a now hiring sign at the coffee shop. Your rest, wherever. Lots of places need workers. You could go and work, but you might make less and you have to do that shitty job. So, and this is going to cause prices to go up because we have a short, because now employers have to compete with the government for wages. They have to compete with the government and have to pay more than the government is paying. So that's what they're going to have to do. Raise salaries. Eventually, it all trickles down. It takes a while, sometimes, for inflation to show up. We've never, ever, in my lifetime, experienced bad inflation. So now we get to see what it's like. Now we get to find out. I hear it's really bad. This is why I've been telling people about it on this channel. Or, well, not on this channel. On my news show. Talk about inflation for a long time. Because they say it's bad. I don't know how. I don't know what it's like. I know what it's like paying more for gas right now. Means you have less money to spend on other things. This is a story from local news in Utah. Says that community advocates say slowing job growth is made worse by high inflation. That high inflation is actually also a reason for slowing job growth. So we have slowing job growth causing inflation, and you have inflation causing slower job growth. That can become a vicious cycle. Welcome to the robot future. This will also accelerate our AI friends. Take our orders at the restaurant. I've done it that way. If you haven't already, I don't get fast food. But one day I did get some fries, and I did order them on a damn screen. And I hate to tell you, I liked it better. Even though it's nice to talk to people, it was pretty easy putting my order in on the screen, and I definitely knew they were going to get it right. More of that, more automation, more unemployment, more inflation, one thing leading to the other, leading to the other, leading to the other in a death spiral, basically. More machines, more unemployment, more inflation, more machines, more unemployment, yeah. Better have some Bitcoin. This is a story about inflation. So this is all of the things that have supply chain interruptions right now, which means higher prices. This is from CNN. This is from today. Gas, chicken. I have stories about chicken wings doubling in price overnight. Apparently, KFC's new chicken sandwich is too good. Chlorine is in short supply. Computer chips are in short supply. Yes, fuel is in short supply. Ketchup. You know about lumber. And it just means prices going up. Prices are going up. And Warren Buffett says there's more inflation. Warren Buffett now says very substantial inflation, rising
When
prices. All right.
Traders tell us how to make
Don't do that to me.
Thinkorswim even better. We listen.
Sorry about that. And then Janet Yellen also mentioning that inflation is going to cause the Fed to raise rates, which will crash the economy if we do raise rates, which probably will never happen. But Janet Yellen acknowledging that inflation is going to get hot enough that the Fed should raise rates. But when we raise rates, that's when things get really scary for equities and stuff. And then we'll see if everything else crashes too. I've committed to a new computer, I think, when Bitcoin hits 100K in about a month. We'll see. Then I won't have this glitching problem. But I think that's it for the news today. I wanted to thanks everybody for tuning in. I'll go over to DLive. Make sure to follow me on DLive for the news show, which is at least a couple times a week. I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific time. That's the regular news show. Right now it's on DLive, dlive.tv/lifttheveil, with video archives at lifttheveil411.com. That's where you can subscribe to get all the video archives for all the shows that I don't do on YouTube anymore. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and I appreciate it. And subscribe to the newsletter to get more information. And if you want to sign up for a consultation, go to bitcoinmissionary.com to sign up. And for YouTube, that is what it is.